Hey, this is Matthew Gill from Back of the Room for Punchline Magazine here with Jon Lajoie, the man who has come into your living rooms or your basements or quiet corners of your home with explicit online videos to either you or your teenage children. He's got a new album coming out. He has a nipple that has been shaved just on the pink part, round to Terry. Looks like a cupcake. You're making me hungry. He's got a new album out called I Kill People. And he's on a television show called The League.
It's no big deal. I'm on TV.
He's on TV.
No big deal.
Like,
super huge famous star.
It's like, and I'm next to him.
Yeah,
you know
whatever.
what I mean? I'm going to take a Facebook photo and upload it to all my high school friends and be like, what's up?
Yeah, but just imagine that there's an invisible
There is a wall here.
You cannot cross this wall.
Yeah, there's a wall of talent.
Yeah.
That's about
yeah.
that's like
Wait, that's too close. Don't.
This is too close.
Don't.
He says he doesn't even want. He wanted me to take off my wedding ring because he didn't even want to have a filthy Midwesterner next to him.
It was disgusting.
He called me a peasant.
It was gross.
We're here in Hollywood. You're on a television show. All these great things happening.
Hollywood
hustle, baby.
Monday. Made it.
He made it. He made it. You know. So
Yeah.
at one point, you were nobody.
At one point, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
Man.
Okay.
I've got a supporting role on cable television. What? Got to get that supporting role, cable dollar bills, yo.
He was dropped off here.
Yeah.
Okay? It was a Honda.
Yeah. Do I get a meal out of this, by the way?
There's a meal ticket.
Okay, cool.
It's a
Because
ticket.
I haven't eaten in days. Yeah.
So now, how do you make that transition? Where did you start? How did that?
I actually I went to theater school in Montreal, so I did like 3 years of theater school, like Shakespeare and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to do comedy, and there were no opportunities. There's just like Quaker oatmeal commercial, you know, that kind of stuff. So I was like, you know what? I just started shooting stuff myself. Yeah, because I saw a bunch of videos online that were really hilarious, and I knew, like, you could tell they cost like $3 to make. And I'm like, oh, it doesn't take money to shoot something, and I just started messing around. Like, my first 10 videos are pretty much garbage. Like, if you watch them, it's like, oh, like the quiet. So I was learning, you know.
Yeah.
And slowly, you know, I kind of started doing it, and it's great. It's such a creative. You can do anything. Like, it's crazy to have that freedom. No one's really ever had that freedom. If you look back, like to shoot something and edit it and put it out in front of an audience. Like, you have to suck so many dicks to be able to do that.
Tell me about it. If sucking's all you're doing, you're lucky.
Oh, I'm doing everything for money.
That's not even for video.
Yeah, just for fun. And then the musical comedy for some, like, because I was in a band and I was like, and to me it was just technical. The reason why I went to music was because my camera was so shitty that the sound on it was horrible. So I'd shoot these sketches and I was like, well, the sound's horrible. But then I realized that you can just import audio and then bring the volume down, and then you have good sound and like decent images.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I could just write a song and then sync it up. Done.
So now that there's a lot of people who watch, you know, who are aspiring comedians, aspiring actors, you know, comedians and whatnot. What's it like being on a TV show in the sense of like what your day is like? Like what does that entail? Like, with like the scheduling and all that kind of stuff.
With the League, it's kind of really particular in a sense because we shoot really fast. It's like really low budget, and there's no script. There are outlines. Like, it's the outline of like, okay, in this scene, like, you know what the episode is, like, you get it, like, in a kind of like Seinfeld way. This happens, George comes in and said blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, but there's no dialogue written down, so you have to just get there and just be ready to like improvise, be ready, kind of have like, we all have like a few jokes kind of planned, and like sometimes they fit, sometimes they don't, but most of it kind of happens on the spot. And you just, you get there, you go over it, you're sitting there, you're on set, 50 people, they're setting everything up, and you're just like, as soon as they yell action, no rehearsal. Yeah. It's like, all right, action. All right, now Andre's talking about this. Andre, okay, then Taco comes in, he says his line, or says something about, you know, vinegar strokes, or like some crazy thing about a monkey chasing him. And then like, so you do it.
Yeah.
Few notes, do it again, play around. Oh, that was funny, let's do that, and keep it going. And then by the end of like in an hour or two, you have a scene.
Yeah,
and then the
yeah.
editors will piece it together.
Yeah,
you know?
the madness.
Yeah.
It's like A Beautiful Mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
it's just
like, like word
okay,
salad,
this,
you know?
this.
Can you describe any of the behind-the-scenes personalities of the, you know, the characters on the show? That Steve Ranazizi, Nick Kroll, Paul
Yeah.
Scheer, the cast. I mean, what are they like behind
Yeah.
the camera and all that? I mean, are
They
the
are
rumors
all
true?
extremely sexually abusive towards me. Extremely. Like,
Yeah.
no, you're laughing, but it's like I've brought it up to Jeff, who writes and directs the show, and him and Jackie Schaefer. I've brought it up to them many times, but they're like, dude, the show has to go on. At the end of the day, you can get these guys arrested,
Yeah.
but the show's going to get canceled and you're not going to have a job.
Yeah.
So it's like you have a choice.
Yeah.
And I go with the sexual abuse.
Yeah.
Because I need a job.
It's your last and final performance.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the best performance of your life. What comedians do you respect, dead or alive, to have in the back of the room, to see the best that you've ever done?
I gotta say, Carlin, Louis C.K. I'll say the Kids in the Hall is one person.
Perfect.
I'll say Monty Python is another
Perfect.
group of people. Who else have I been watching a lot of lately? I said Louis C.K., Carlin. I mean, dead or alive, I guess maybe like a Bill Hicks. I'd say Sandler for like the influence he had on me from listening to his. I guess that a lot of his like songs early on really like kind of made me go, oh yeah, musical comedy, that's funny. Like his the shove shampoo bottle up my ass at a medium pace.
Yeah, at a medium pace. But we're here to talk about I Kill People, which is a new album available wherever you have a computer.
Yes.
So what's the impetus for that project? I mean, how long does that take to put together?
This is funny. I'm not a very good businessman. He
already lent me $100, so we know that's not true. You know?
Yeah, I've had these. I'd say 2/3 of the songs on this album have been online with videos for the longest time. Like, the song "I Kill People" has, and I'm not bragging. I'm saying this is how stupid I am. Has 15 million views.
Yeah.
I just put out the MP3 on iTunes like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, John, you're doing this backwards.
Yeah.
You need someone to advise you.
Yeah. This is Matthew Gill for Punchline Magazine. This is Jon Lajoie. He has a CD. It's actually a digital download. This is in 1994.
Yeah.
It's called I Kill People. He's on a television show called The League at Thursday nights at 10:30 with a bunch of other famous and influential people. Please see him in a town near you. John, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate your time. And thank you guys for listening and watching. Take care. See you next time.